What is up, everybody? It's Verta here, and thank you so much for stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, the entirety of BDO is buzzing, and rightfully so. Every time we get new things regarding new classes, we really gotta check those things out. And most importantly, not anybody but me right now, technically speaking, is covering BDO Lore. And most importantly, BDO Lore is going to be a huge thing in Edania. You kind of don't really want to miss it because the closure of BDO is upon us, at least the very first arc. And people should really be aware of what's going on and why things are looking and going that way. But, see, ladies and gentlemen, whenever we get a class teaser, usually this means next week on Global Labs, there's going to be a huge thing. Whether or not it is data mining being collected by left and right from people that are doing it, and who knows, maybe leaked aesthetics for the new classes and all the new very big things coming. So for that purpose, I never miss a Global Labs leak or data mine coverage. You might want to check into these, and of course we protect those data miners. We do not tell who they are because we don't want PA to be zealous about it. But today we have a new story, quote unquote, a very small little snippet, which is called Answer Me Elder. And we see LAHN here, and a particular gourd, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Now, first and foremost, this is a new official, basically, art of LAHN, which is very rare. PA don't really do those things anymore, where they themselves release official art of their characters. And this particular LAHN here really looks of the Chinese aesthetic, which is kind of where in reality she is supposed to be descending from. So LAHN's origins will be tied to the brand new class, which of course we believe to be Wukong. This gourd here in particular, if you look at it closely, you're going to see a little bit something that reminisces upon clouds. You see obviously the beads. The gourd typically contains a spirited drink, an alcoholic drink which is usually of the rice variety. In Japan, sake, etc., etc. It's essentially their version of moonshine, which is very, very light. But however, we see this scroll in particular, the tops and bottoms, the pins of it, it looks very, very aesthetically of the Chinese variety. So it's safe to say that PA are definitely pushing Wukong. But however, we get a little bit of a story, and let's read this through. The first quote, and we're going to read and dissect this one by one, is with a bold font, "Answer me, Elder. Am I to become the Supreme One?" Now, this is very interesting, hinting at something like some sort of a hierarchy and there is a supremacy to it. It believes following to say, "Master, already you stand supreme amongst the disciples of Mount Huaguo. Why ask such a thing?" This is very interesting in particular because it seems that this is not entirely a conversation. At the very least, the first one bears no relation to the second sentence. So this is more a little bit of a statement which introduces then the prologue. The second quote becoming, "I meant that I seek to become Supreme One of the mortal plane, that is." This is crazy as well because this signals godhood. This is basically a hint that this is not just simply, becoming the supreme martial artist or becoming, something like this, a glorified version of a master. No, this is hinting at it's something more primordial, something bigger, something more ascending in that sense, which then cuts down by a couple of dots and continues down the line saying, "If I were to seize power in the realm of mortals, then perhaps I could find her, the one who vanished without a trace, known as LAHN." And the quote ends here with "Master ... an exclamation point. Let's talk a little bit about this here because this here is actually huge. If I were to seize power in the realm of mortals, this means that where this conversation is to be had definitely looks to me and everybody who's read this that it's gonna be a little bit of a, not really an isekai, but it's gonna be something pulled out from somewhere. Then perhaps I could find her. This also, however, hints that that particular realm has knowledge of us and probably vice versa. The one who vanished without trace, known as LAHN. This is very, very important because it hints at seizing of power in the realm of mortals, perhaps finding her, the one who vanished without a trace. This, however, builds a hierarchy like a third party is supposed to enter our world with some sort of a borrowed power to find LAHN. And now the big question is, what relationship does LAHN have with the current new hinted release of Wukong? We have absolutely no idea, but one thing that I really enjoy, and I have been really enjoying lately, is the BDO lore factor of everything that Pearl Abyss do. They're pushing it, they're going for it, evidently they have an idea, they have a plan, and I'm all here for it. But let's talk a little bit about the one who vanished without a trace, LAHN. See, LAHN, we don't know where she is from in reality. The aesthetic really fits Land of the Morning Light or the regions around it, similar to where Ninja Kunoichi is from, but we never really have a concrete say of where LAHN is. It is said that she is from a land into the far east, but in an inverted world, this means the far west. This is a very common, old mistake of the BDO lore. The oldest lore is written in the same way our world has east, west, north, and south. In fact, our world is inverted. The sun rises from the west, which makes it in reality east. But that is a little bit of a thing that you do not really truly wish to know. The idea here that LAHN vanished without a trace could also be hinted that she as well is from that place. See, a very big theory in the past was pretty much tailored around LAHN. The blades which she used in her awakening state had Hadum-tying origin. And whenever you are wielding weapons, particularly I guess under the influence of a god that could traverse reality and essentially is an eldritch being that devours planets, as some people in the BDO lore community say, then it kind of looks like perhaps we're going to get also a lot of information on LAHN. Now, it could be also that LAHN is actually from here, and Pierre just, bring a little bit more of a twist, a little bit more of a taste, a little bit more depth to those classes. We will see. We do not know so far. But ladies and gentlemen, the gourd is indeed, in fact, one of the weapons in Black Desert Mobile for Wukong, as far as I am aware, which is a Chinese exclusive, and I don't think anybody outside of China and Taiwan actually have a way to access that. And as far as I'm aware, BDO Mobile closed there fully, so I'm not entirely sure if you can even play that right now. But nevertheless, guys, this is fun. It's great. It looks promising. If you guys wish to know more about BDO lore, we have a podcast which me and my friend Grimkill are running. We try to upload every once a week, although right now it's being very tough to do so. But still, BDO lore is fun. It is great. And don't listen to anybody that tells you otherwise, because they've probably never even cared to try it. I see you soon, guys. And yeah, love you to death. Bye-bye. Mwah.